What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Cocteau Twins, and we're returning to Victorialand, 1986. Thank you as always to Mr. Solo. And the next track is, intriguingly, Through the Dark Months of April and May, which is interesting to me for a few reasons. First of all, it's a longer title than a lot of their songs. Number two, it's more semantically concrete and descriptive, whereas a number of their song titles are obscure or technical and seem to be related to classifications. Number three, when I think of April and May, here in the northern hemisphere, I think of spring, when rains and foliage come and begin to be more ubiquitous than they are during the winter months. Now, again, if you're in the southern hemisphere, April and May have a slightly different character. Nevertheless, yes, dark months, when I think of winter, I think of December, January, February, when it's cold and darker and there is less sunlight per day, no matter what latitude you live at. I guess if you're right on the equator, it doesn't make much of a difference. But yes, so it seems like April and May are not typically the darkest months. Now, of course, that speaks to my geographical bias, but yes, I'm intrigued by this title for a number of reasons. I don't necessarily expect to get answers or perspective on any of those thoughts I just had, because again, a lot of their songs don't really have lyrics per se, even if they have actual words and phrases, so I won't hold my breath for any specific understanding here, but I am intrigued by the title. Let's give it a listen. This is Cocteau Twins. The song is Throughout. Oh, sorry, it's Throughout, not Through. I mean, the meaning I don't think changes too much, but apologies there. It's Throughout the Dark Months of April and May. a shorter one, very beautiful in multiple respects. Excuse me. First of all, Elizabeth's vocals, amazing as always, and two-sided here. There's a more angelic, ethereal type of delivery she's doing, very high, and again, very angelic and warm and, what's the right word? Inviting? I'm not sure that's quite right, but yes, it feels very tender. Perhaps tender is the best way I can describe it. But then she goes into a more like syllabic and almost tribal. I don't know if that's the right word either. And in fact, those vocals felt like very Latin. I don't think she was singing in Spanish, but it felt like some of the word types had a bit of a Latin feel. And again, I don't speak Latin in terms, like ancient Latin or Latin proper, but yes, it felt Latin. And then the angelic vocals, again, I didn't really hear any words clearly, but that felt almost, like more of an Irish type of sound or something. Now, maybe that's just because I listen to a lot of Celtic women. But yeah, it felt like her vocals were in two very different places here, and they were sort of offset or alternating. And in fact, in the angelic part near the end, I thought I heard like bellissimo or something, which I believe would be Italian. So, maybe both sides of it were Latin. But either way, yeah, the vocal distinction and quality in both stylings was very compelling. There's, like a strumming acoustic guitar. It felt, let's say, less dense or less floating and atmospheric than some of their other tunes. It felt a bit more breezy is perhaps the best way I can describe it. Again, a shorter tune. I'm going to say like 3.5 minutes. A bit over 3, but not 3.5. So yeah, definitely a shorter one. But again, just this really interesting soundscape and ethereal, dreamy, like I think those qualities still apply, even if maybe differently than some of their other tunes. But yeah, again, they're just on their own island. Like, forget their own island. It's like, they're on a moon orbiting the planet that most musicians, including groups from the same time period, are working on. So yeah, they just really have their own esoteric style, and it is very, number one, recognizable. Number two, in some ways opaque, at least in terms of lyrics. Now, again, some songs, people have explained there are at least words or references to, types of butterflies, what have you. But it's almost like, again, they're using incantations or vocal explorations that defy regular language is the best way I can describe it. So, yes, the Cocteau Twins are their very own trip, whether it's more dreamy and ethereal, dense and cyclonic, or heavy and dark, going back to Garland. So yeah, there's a lot of variety, but it's all very much their own thing. So another tune that I think conveys that very well. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.